Simmons Center.
Simmons Center. One of those S's. Shannon Center is over by Xavier University.
Yes. You see what Marist is doing? They're turning the pressure on.
Gary with the basketball. Right baseline. He's got now.
He double dribbled and got away with it.
Bennett now runs it back. Morris trying to drive against Hill and there's a steal. Here comes number 13. This is Hawkins. Driving to the cup with a one-hand cuff. Last 9 in succession by the Red Hawks. They're up 9-2.
That's a demon dog slam. And
now a quick 30-second timeout as Cedric Hunter not liking what he's seeing here in the backcourt by Caden Morris. And the one thing right away that you notice about Marist is that they are not afraid to turn it up.
That's been a staple. We've talked about the staples at Marist. Hard work being one, rebounding being another, no matter what size team they have. This is the third staple, turning on the pressure when necessary. It has worked like a charm over the years. Gene Nolan is a graduate of Marist, a class of 1992. He is now their boys basketball head coach. He and I have become great friends over the years, and I know you've gotten to know him as well. I tell you what, he has kept the tradition alive here at Marist in his years.
Tell you, they've redone this gym up quite nicely because this used to be a hot box back in the day.
I remember the Rice game in 2004. That was a game that you did.
With the basketball is Glenn Bennett to inbound for the Johnson Pumas, down 9-2 against the Marist Red Hawks. The Johnson Pumas this half going to the left in the blue and white. Driving with the basketball to the left wing is Bennett.
Nice.
Here comes Keenan Morris on the right baseline. Drive.
Get it out of here.
Taken away by Kevin Lerma. Lerma, left baseline. Here's a drive. Here's Ferguson. Not there. A little bit too short off the left side. Gary will pick up the rebound for Johnson Prep. And quickly back comes Bennett. Bennett trying to move and groove, shake and bake down to the left low post.
Lost the ball.
Forgot your boarding pass, homeboy. Ferguson, deep bounce pass right baseline. Little too fast that time for Malik Parker.
He had the idea, couldn't finish it.
It will be Maurice Commander coming in for Marist. On the reverse for Johnson Prep. We'll see Charles Jones, number 2, comes in. That's the missing link.
Or is he?
Nope, Jones has got
something to take care of.
Yep. So
they only got 4? Okay.
Now we've got our 5th man. Keenan Morris will come back in for a hot sec. And away we go. On the floor for Johnson Prep, you have Morris and Mitchell in the backcourt. Up front, Johnson, Bennett, and Gary. They'll go around the horn to the right wing for Morris. Morris top of the key. Gary left wing. Here's a drive by Bennett. Bennett, the one-hand layup, not there, a little too short. Rebound is Brian Barry. He stepped on the line.
Landed out of bounds.
4:19 play for the first quarter. And now we'll see Charles Jones. Apparently, he had to make sure his equipment was kosher. Now he's good to go. He'll sit down, young Mr. Kanan Morris, with no score to his credit.
They'll turn the pressure on again.
Bennett from the left baseline. The bucket to your left for Johnson Prep in the blue. He'll drive it.
Get it out of here.
Wow.
Jump ball.
Jump ball. Stay there. Good interior defense by the Red Hawks that time, and we'll try it again from the left baseline.
No soup for you.
4:18 to play here for the opening quarter. Deep bounce pass, pump fake, another short one again. Jones will recover.
A lot of shots for the Pumas have come up short.
On the right baseline, okay, back to Jones. Jones starts his drive at the right wing. 10-footer up, 10-footer no good, off the back of the rim. Gets his own rebound, let's do it again. Now it's to Jamal Gary. On the deep right wing, right baseline now, this is 23.
Oh, he walked.
Mitchell walked here, there, and everywhere. As we'll see Kevin Lerma return for the Red Hawks. He'll sit down Chamar Hawkins. On the reverse, for the first time, is Javante Sanders, the senior guard. Sanders will sit down Bereshit Mitchell, nothing to his credit. Let's reset that Marist lineup, brought to you by Sowers Ford. It is Maurice Commander and Taylor Weaver in the back, along with Malik Parker, Kevin Lerma, and Bradley Hill up front. On the deep left wing, here is Lerma. Lerma to the right wing for Commander. Right baseline, here's a drive, a block away. Foul called. Foul called with 3:44 to play for the first quarter. And that foul will be on Christian Johnson, his second, the team second, and will send number 15, Malik Parker, 5'10 sophomore, to the line for a pair with a substitution coming up. First of 2, splash. Jeremiah Ferguson back in for Marist. He'll sit down Commander.
Here's one thing Marist is going to do this year with their lack of size. They're going to keep rotating fresh bodies in and out.
Back end is up. Back end is no good. Quickly the rebound hauled in by Christian Johnson. Now Charles Jones for Johnson to the left. That's Johnson Prep. He'll hand off to Jamal Gary. Interesting thing about Jamal Gary in just a little bit, because his dad is in the house and his dad is a former coach at one of the universities here. He'll swing around to the right baseline as Johnson heads to your left. Off glass. Good runner is good for Javonte Sanders.
Good drive by Sanders.
10-4 your score. First field goal in a little bit. Now we've got a foul. It looks like on Gary. It is indeed on Jamal Gary.
That foul is on Jamal Gary.
His dad, Coach Phil Gary.
I remember Phil Gary.
Phil Gary was the assistant under Craig Hodges back in the mid-90s.
95 through 98.
Over at Chicago State University. Some very interesting years, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
But he has still been here in the city.
What a pass!
Good pass, and it will be 2 coming up for Bradley Hill at the 3:09 mark of the first quarter.
That's how you beat a trap. You don't let the ball touch the floor.
Foul will be on Demasio Bailey, his first, team's fourth, and back to the line comes Bradley Hill, 6-foot senior.
2 for 2 from the line tonight.
The opener here on this sequence. Splash. More reinforcements. We'll see 32 Kyle Reynolds, a 6'3 junior, come in. Bradley Hill? Nope, that's Brian Barry. Brian Barry also back in the game. So this will be represent the biggest lineup on the floor right now for the Redhawks. Back in, splash that one. It's 12-4 in favor of the Redhawks as the Pumas of Johnson Prep head back to the left. This is Charles Jones with the basketball. They'll give it now for Glenn Bennett driving to the right wing. Jamal Gary picks it up in the mixmaster. Gary
lost the ball
off of his knee and back to Marist going to the right in the white and red.
Jamal, wake up. Let's go. Get in it. Attack.
Here we go.
Now they're going to turn the pressure on the Pumas.
With the ball, this is Lerma. Lerma all the way through the traffic. Drives the triple team. Can't get it. Rebound. A steal on the baseline. Here comes the drive to the baseline. Almost there for a three-point play.
Aggressive.
Jeremiah Ferguson will go up for 2.
Love the fact that they are being aggressive offensively and defensively.
Demasio Bailey already with the second foul. Jeremiah Ferguson, 6-foot senior, at the line to shoot 2. First one up. Down it goes.
Number 13, Shamar Hawkins.
Shamar Hawkins will return for the Redhawks to sit down Bradley Hill. Hill with 4 to start the game.
And only 1 foul against Marist. Shout to the Marist girls team, off to a great start, 6-1. They lost, unfortunately, to Macaulay last night, but 6-1 to start the season. They're off to another strong start.
Back end does fall for Ferguson. 14-4 your score with 2:37 to play for the first quarter. Gary gets it to Jones on the left baseline. Jones for the Pumas going to the left in the blue and white. Drive this time up in the paint. Kanan Morris can't make the shot. Hot potato rebound. Who's going to get it? It is Jones. Jones at the left high post brings it back out to the top of the key. Deep left wing, they'll go right wing now. And the near pass is Javonte Sanders. Gets it back out to Charlie Jones. Jones guarded by Barry. Jones will go left baseline for Sanders. Sanders take it away. This is Lerma. Lerma moving and grooving. Whips it over. Shaking and baking. Drives to the cup. Foul called. Good pass that time. Good pass by Lerma over to Shamar Hawkins, who will go up for a pair with 1:59 to play in the quarter.
The Hawks love to get out and run, and they're being aggressive in attacking the basket, whether it be in the set offense or in the fast break. They have attacked the basket on almost every possession tonight.
Second foul already on Jamal Gray of Johnson Prep. First of 2 splashes for Shamar Hawkins, the 6'2 junior. And looks like Charlie Jones will step off for a moment because of some glitter on his arm. So we'll now see Robert Harris, a junior forward, step in.
Robert Harris, number 11, comes into the game for the Pumas. Hawkins at the line.
If you're Marist and you have this big of a lead, you want to continue to step on their throat. You don't want to let Johnson Prep back in the game.
Backhand is good. 1:57 to play for the quarter. Marist 16. 4 for Johnson Prep. Steal that time by Ferguson, and he'll give it up to Shamar Hawkins for the two-hand stuff.
Did you say 16-4?
18-4 now.
There you go.
And the press is on. Timeout again.
This kind of pressure can rattle a young team like the Pumas, even though in terms of personnel, they're deeper than Marist. Marist is more experienced, and they know when to turn the pressure on. That was one of those occasions, and they forced a timeout.
1:41 to play here for the opening quarter. This portion of Marist Redhawks basketball is brought to you by Galveston Steakhouse in Michigan City with those hand-cut stockyard Angus beef steaks. Yes, sir.
You know what? Donovan Garlis got me hooked on Galveston Steakhouse when we did a post-game show there last year.
Okay.
So I think one day we'll have to bring the ASN and the ASN Plus crew out to Michigan City, out by the beach during the spring while we get a day off from baseball and take in Galveston. It'll be a special locker room we'll do from Galveston in the spring. We'll let you know when.
Back here at the Simmons Center at Marist High School. 1:41 to play for the quarter. Marist 18, Johnson Prep 4. Leaders on the floor right now for Marist. How about nice 8 points out the stretch for Shamar Hawkins. 5 for Jeremiah Ferguson. On the reverse.
8 for Hawkins, including 2 dunks.
Javonte Saunders with 2 of the 4 points recorded by Johnson Prep. It is Johnson Prep that will inbound, going to your left in the blue and white. With the basketball to inbound will be number 11, Robert Harris. Now the Pumas looking to stretch the press a little bit. They only have one man in the backcourt. Here we go. Trying to get the basketball down is Kanan Morris. He won't get it. The one that will be Demasio Bailey.
He turned the ball over.
Bailey turns the ball over with 1:39 to play for the quarter.
5 turnovers now for the Pumas here in the opening period.
And the Redhawks will now get it, going back to your right in the white, black, and red. Barry now gets it to Ferguson. Ferguson guides the traffic. Goes out a high post screen, a great high post screen. Kicks it out to the right baseline. Here comes 3 on the way. No. Not there.
Oh, what a rebound.
Rebound not there. Lerma trying to get to it. Jamal Gary tries to get to it for the Pumas and does. He'll get it down for number 0, Saunders. Saunders moving the group and shaking it back into the right wing. Almost leans out, almost loses the basketball. Stops his dribble with a double team in his face. Looking for somebody.
Can't go anywhere.
They'll whip the ball around now. 21, Morris has it. Morris hounded big time by Ferguson. Final minute of the quarter is here as they go to the left baseline. This is a drive by Saunders. 18-footer, not there. Rebounds, who's going to get it? Turnaround, one-hand hook is not there. Tap-in is good by Gary. Jamal Gary makes it 18-6. Quickly back the other way. It's Ferguson drives to the lane, not there. Rebound snatched down by Demasio Bailey.
Again.
And another costly turnover for the Johnson Prep Pumas.
6 turnovers now for the Pumas. Even though Marist has missed their last 2 shots, where have they been? At the basket.
39.3 to go. Right side quarter court. It'll be Brian Barry to inbound looking for Ferguson. We'll get Ferguson on the inbound near the scorer's table. Ferguson starts his drive. Ferguson.
Foul.
And a good call on the foul because
he was by him.
Javonte Saunders called for the hand check. His first, the team's 7th, and that'll put Jeremiah Ferguson at the line for one and with 34.5 for the quarter.
If you think about it, it's a good foul by Saunders because Ferguson, had Saunders not grabbed him, Ferguson was by him and all the way to the basket.
So Ferguson up for the first of 2. The 1 will give him the and on a splash.
Speaking of Phil Gary and our days at Chicago State, which is where everything got started. Remember a fella named Corey Billups?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Rebound off the back end miss. Demasio Bailey picks it up with 30 to play for the first quarter. Gary on the deep right wing. Gary starts his drive. Now top of the key for Saunders. Saunders starts his jab step drive. One-hander in the paint is no good. Rebound comes down to Bailey. Bailey double team. Bailey gets it way back out with 11 to play. Still that time. Here comes Shamar Hawkins. Hawkins behind the back. No problem there. No problem there. And that should take care of the quarter. 2-1 and done. To the end of the